Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Thursday, February 5th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the dollar pairs, including gold and a couple of the yen pairs. So, anyways, I always start off on the US dollar index because that tells me exactly what to do on all six of the dollar pairs themselves, except for gold, because does whatever gold wants to do. So, anyways, I personally think that the US dollar is back to being bullish. I think this low right here is a wave C. I was originally thinking that this was going to turn into a 1, 2, 3, but it definitely looks like it turned into an ABC. We can't rule out the possibility of this move up being a pullback to this move down. I mean, it is definitely possible, but because of the three-wave pattern that it made, I think it's more likely that this is going to keep going up. I think the dollar is going to continue to be bullish. I think it's going to go up and take out this high and probably eventually even go up and take out this high. So take that into consideration when you're trading all the dollar pairs themselves. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, we are definitely bullish. Maybe the dollar does push down a little bit because this does have that, A, B, C type look to it before it actually does end up continuing up, maybe like a wave one, wave two, and a wave three. I think that's very possible on these sort of time frames. I just think that it's kind of dangerous to try to trade the wave C because oftentimes you try to trade a wave C in this type of situation and then it'll go down a little bit and then just bam, right back up it goes. So I would definitely be bullish the dollar. I would definitely be looking for longs the dollar, which means I would be looking for shorts the euro, the pound, the Aussie, looking for longs on the CAD and the Swiss. So, anyways, moving on to the euro dollar, heading back up to the daily time frame. I mean, like I said about the dollar, we can't rule out the possibility that this is a pullback to the last push up. I mean, it definitely is possible. We can definitely can't rule that out. But just because of the dollar analysis, I think there's a better chance this is eventually going to go down and start taking out some of these lows over the next week or so. So I am definitely primarily looking for shorts on this. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame, this has been so sideways ever since Monday. I think probably what's going on here is that we have some sort of like an A B like I showed on the dollar index, and maybe this is going to pop up, but the move up is just going to end up being a pullback within a downtrend. I personally, even though I think this is probably what's most likely to happen, I personally wouldn't recommend trying to go long for the wave C because, like I said, in these type of situations, you go long for the wave C, it goes up a little bit, it grabs some liquidity, and then bam, it shoots right down because the daily time frame is down. So I would be more focused on the shorts. Even if it does end up popping up today, there's probably a pretty good chance that tomorrow it will end up going back down for a continuation of the downtrend on the higher time frames. Moving on to the pound dollar, pretty much the same story. I mean, we can't rule out the possibility that this move down is a pullback to this move up, and if it is, Fibonacci retracement should help us identify that with structure analysis. But I also think that there's a very good likelihood that this is going to eventually go down and start breaking some of these structures to the downside over the next week or so. So taking it all the way down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, I definitely am only looking for shorts, definitely. There's really no reason to even think about going short now. We're right up against the Fibonacci level, so I definitely wouldn't try to go short now. The best thing to happen is that this would go up, because if it does go up, that would be an opportunity for me to go short again. Now, I personally wouldn't be trying to go long. Even though we're right up against the fib level, there probably is a pretty good chance it will make a pullback. There's also a chance that it breaks through here and just keeps on going down. Like I said, the best thing for us is that it does go up, not in order for us to go long, but in order for us to go short again at the end of the next pullback for hopefully the continuation of the downtrend. And moving on to the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar is actually still very strong compared to most of the dollar pairs. I mean, technically we are up on the daily and we're definitely still up on the weekly. There is a chance that this does, make another push up while the other dollar pairs do also make a little bit of a push to the upside. But it seems pretty likely that this also is going to try to make a move down at some point when it's ready. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, it really looks like it does want to push up again. It looks fairly impulsive. It looks like a fairly corrective move, went right down to the 61.8. So if it does break structure to the upside at a fib level, then it probably is going to end up going back up towards the highs. If it doesn't break structure, but instead goes up, makes a lower high, then goes down again, bounces, makes a lower high, then bounces, then you would just continue to look for shorts every single chance you get. We do have to realize that the trend is up on this, but we do have to realize that the US dollar index is telling us that there's probably a pretty good chance that this will keep going down. So keeping all this in mind, moving on to the US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD, because of the US dollar analysis, I think this right here has actually found a low. Now, it doesn't mean that it potentially couldn't go down a little bit, but I think that overall this is going to go up. I think it's going to end up taking out both of these highs over the next week or so. I actually think this right here is a wave B on the weekly, and this up here is a wave A, and then we're potentially going to go up in an uptrend for a wave C on the weekly time frame. And if that's true, that's going to take several weeks to play out. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, I personally would be looking for longs because of all that information. Now, maybe it does push down. Even if it does push down, I think it would be more desirable to wait for the long opportunity that would come after the push to the downside. Because, like I said, on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like it could go down. It looks like a possible ABC pullback. The problem is when you try to go short in these type of situations, oftentimes it'll do a little bit of a push down, grab liquidity, including your liquidity, and then just take off to the upside, stopping everybody out. That's why I personally would be more focused on going long any chance I get. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, I mean, pretty much the same story. I think the US dollar Swiss is the bottom of an X, which I think is a WXY type pattern, which means that over the coming weeks, I think that it's potentially going to go up and, start sweeping some of these highs over the coming weeks, hopefully in an impulsive 5 wave move, but it could also potentially do it in like a 3 wave move like this, some sort of a 3 wave pattern for a WXY. So anyways, keeping that in mind also, we take it down to the 1 hour time frame. This is another one that on the 1 hour time frame, it does look like it potentially could make a move down. It looks impulsive down, it looks corrective up, it looks like it might go down to like the 50, 61%, and then reverse to the upside. And I personally think it's going to be not an ABC, but a 1, 2, 3. But I mean, keep an eye on your fib levels just in case. We cannot rule out the possibility of it making a double top at a fib level and breaking back down. But just like I recommended on the other pairs, I'm not really sure that I would recommend trying to go short here today because yes, you may think to yourself, oh, I could go short here, then I could go long here at a fib level, which definitely could be true. But what happens often in these type of situations is you go short, it goes down a little bit, and then just keeps going up, and you end up losing on the short, and you end up missing the long because you were focused on a short. So definitely try to focus on trading with the higher time frames, and the higher time frame is telling us to look for longs. Moving on to gold. I do think that gold is going to make another push down at some point. I do think that this is impulsive down, probably corrective up, and then probably impulsive down again. Whether we break structure or not, I think is going to be the question we're going to have to ask over the coming weeks. But like I've been saying, we cannot rule out the possibility that this thing just goes up and makes a brand new high. The only information we have right now is that this wave right here is complete. This thing literally could have gone down, grabbed liquidity, and then just right back up, kind of like what happened over here and kind of like what happened here and over here. So do not rule out the possibility of gold going up and making a brand new high once again. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I would expect us to be in a wave B right now. I would expect this whole first push up to be a wave A. I would expect us likely to be in a wave B. I think this is probably an A, B, C right here. That's probably going to go down again for a C. I think it's going to go down to the 50 to 61% to probably complete a wave B. Then I think it's going to bounce from one of those two levels and go up for a wave C to either the 61 and a 78% Fibonacci retracement from the higher time frames. And this should all be part of a big wave B on the daily. This first big push down should be a wave A on the daily. But like I said, do not rule out the possibility of this wave B making a brand new all-time high. And also do not rule out the possibility of this not even really going down to the 50 or 61%, but instead just continuing up from where it is. So keep an eye on gold. Gold is definitely still very bullish overall. Moving on to the US dollar yen, I mean, this is another one where I've been saying that this is right here is a low and it's probably going to now go up and make a new high. So we are definitely bullish on this. We're definitely looking for longs on pullbacks. Every single day I come on here and I say, okay, if it breaks down at a fib level, then you can go short. Otherwise, just keep trading with the trend. This thing has been beautiful. If you went and long at any one of these pullbacks over the last week because you watched my video and I said I've been looking for longs, you've probably been doing amazingly well. I personally would still continue to look for longs unless we happen to break down at the 78% fib. If that happens, then fine. Otherwise, I would definitely be doing nothing but looking for longs in an uptrend. There is no reason whatsoever to think that this will not continue up. And moving on to the other yen pairs, the euro yen. pretty much the same story. I mean, we are watching our Fibonacci retracement just in case this does, bounce from the 78% and go down, but we're not even at the fib level yet, so we are definitely looking for longs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, our current structure on this is right here. If it breaks below that structure, then I would become bearish. Otherwise, I would definitely be looking for longs in an uptrend. This is another pair that I've been saying look for longs. This is a really nice little ABC pullback right there. Also, by the way, those are the type of trades I look for every single day is those three-way pullbacks. So I am definitely still waiting for more pullbacks. I'm waiting for more long opportunities. I am not trying to identify the top of this move, but instead I'm just trading with the trend the whole way up. And moving on to the pound yen, which was quite a bit stronger. Now, the pound yen did go up and grab the most recent highs. So there is a chance that maybe this does make a bigger pullback, but right now it's still up. I mean, it has not engulfed down. The trend is up. The flow is up. The market is telling you to look for longs. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I got my Fibonacci retracement just on the last impulsive move up because if it does bounce from a fib level and break structure, then it's probably going to go back to being bullish. If it goes down to like the 78% breaks to the upside, then that's probably going back to being bullish. If it does go down and take out this low, then I would still be bullish overall, but I would expect to see a bigger pullback. I would expect it to be a pullback to this whole wave up, not just a pullback to the last, little push up. So keep an eye on your Fibonacci levels. Your Fibonacci levels are going to be best for your areas of support. If you see a break to the upside at a Fibonacci level, definitely go back to being bullish. So anyways, don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you want to follow along with all my swing trades and be part of a great trading community on Discord. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading.